The moment of truth had arrived, and we planned to visit with some of the guests in the park to further understand their behaviors. We approached our first family with a friendly demeanor and explained that we were students at NYU doing a research project on behavior of people watching musical street performers. They were on a long visit from London, having rented an apartment for 3 months around the corner from the park, and they had 2 children under the age of 5, neither in a stroller. They said they had visited the park at least twice a week, and 8 weeks into their trip had become familiar with the many faces in the park, and found they always stopped when they came across someone they knew. The kids enjoyed giving money to the performers, and the parents were totally comfortable with the proximity required to do so. We next visited with 2 mothers who had children below the age of 3 that were strapped into strollers. They explained that they met every Monday, had a picnic in the park, and sometimes just watched the performers, but never engaged with them. To them, it seemed as though the musicians were just part of the landscape, there for their enjoyment, but easy to ignore. Our final interview was reserved for a group of teenagers that had arrived just as we were leaving. We had gathered little data on this age group, so we were curious to see what they had to say. They were all locals who had grown up around Washington Square Park. They had been coming with their parents since they were in strollers and now used the park as a social space to hang out with their friends. They were quite familiar with the performers and knew several of them by names. They were not in the habit of giving money, but often spent time talking with the musicians they had come to know.